Hey, welcome back my dear students. I hope you all enjoyed my last two videos and I'm glad to see people showering their love in the form of likes and comments. So here I'm back again with my new video which I have especially shot on the request of my loving students of class 9. Here I will be discussing with you all a very important topic of chapter 1 class 9, that is number systems. The topic is rationalizing the denominator. Before I start my topic, I want to discuss with you all certain subtopics and concepts which will help you to understand the sums effectively, and I am sure that after watching this video you will hardly face any problem and you will be able to solve such type of questions more effectively as well as confidently. And I know my videos are little lengthy because I am focusing on all the concepts related to a particular type of question. If you feel bored at a point, you can forward the video to the point where I actually start the sum, because I don't want you to mug up anything in my subject. So let's get started. Before I start my actual topic, that is rationalization of denominator, I want to bring your focus on rational numbers and irrational numbers. First, you need to understand what are rational and what are irrational numbers and the differences between them. Okay, so what is rational number? Basically, a rational number is any number which can be written in the form of p upon q, where p and q are integers and q is not equal to 0. इट मीन्स अगर आपका कोई भी नंबर आप p अपॉन q की फॉर्म में लिख सकते हो तो वो आपका क्या होगा, रैशनल नंबर होगा, जहाँ पर p अपॉन q क्या होंगे, आपके इंटीजर्स होंगे. अब इंटीजर्स क्या होते हैं? इंटीजर्स सब नेगेटिव नंबर्स 0 और सब पॉजिटिव नंबर्स क्या होते हैं, इंटीजर्स होते हैं. तो सपोज आई एम राइटिंग अ नंबर 2 upon 3. Okay, it is in the form of p upon q. We can consider this p as 2 and q as 3, and here one more condition is also there, that q must not be equal to 0. As we all know that in mathematics division by 0 is not possible, so denominator cannot be 0. So this is a rational number, both are positive. Okay, 0 is also a rational number because it can be written in the form of 0 upon 1. Okay, so it is also in the form of p upon q. Okay, you can write any negative number as well, suppose minus 2 upon 3, so it is also in the form of p upon q. So all these numbers which can be written in the form of p upon q, where p and q are integers and q is not equal to 0, are known as rational numbers. Okay, so this is the first point which you have to remember. Okay, now the second point is, when you express the rational number in the form of their decimal expansion, their decimals are either terminating or periodic as well. It means when you suppose let me give you an example. Suppose I am writing 4 upon 5, and if you convert this rational number into its decimal form, so your answer will be 0.8. ओके, सो इट इज़ टर्मिनेटिंग हेयर. टर्मिनेट का मतलब होता है कि यहाँ पर ये स्टॉप हो गया, इसके आगे डिवीज़न नहीं होगी, डिवीज़न आपकी कंप्लीट हो चुकी है यहाँ पे. तो 4 upon 5 इज़ वॉट, इट इज़ अ रैशनल नंबर. समटाइम्स इट ऑल्सो हैपन्स दैट सपोज I am having another rational number, that is 7 upon 3, and when I will write its decimal expansion, I will get 2.333333, and it will be continued like this only. Okay, so this is also a rational number because you can see here that a pattern is repeating. Okay, 333, we can write such numbers in the form of rational numbers. Okay, now so these 2 points you have to remember about rational numbers. Now what are irrational numbers? Irrational numbers are just opposite to that of rational numbers, means the numbers which cannot be written in the form of p upon q are known as irrational numbers. Cannot be written in the form of p upon q. Okay, one more thing, when we express irrational numbers in their decimal expansion, so their decimal expansion is neither terminating nor repeating. Means when they are expressed in their decimals, they neither terminate nor repeat. ना तो वो ख़त्म होते हैं, मीन्स ना तो उनकी डिवीज़न कंप्लीट होती है और ना ही वो आपको कोई पैटर्न शो करते हैं. सी देयर इज़ अ सिंबल pi which you generally use in mathematics, right? Okay, so this I want to bring to your notice that this pi is also an irrational number. Okay, always remember that pi is also an irrational number. Now you will say, ma'am, that pi is equal to 3.14 and it is terminating here, it is giving us a full value, so it should be a rational number. But no. Okay, why no? Because when you express pi, the actual value of pi is 3.14159265358 and it gets repeating. Okay, so here in the value of pi you can see neither it is terminating nor it is repeating, so that is why pi is an irrational number. Okay, just to make our calculation easier, we take approximate value of pi, that is 22/7 or 3.14, but these two are not the actual values of pi. We take them just to make our calculations easier. Okay, so this you have to remember about rational and irrational numbers. So now I want to discuss with you all rational and irrational number in the form of square roots and how to differentiate between them. Okay, so suppose root 1 is written, so its answer will be 1 only. So which number is this, rational or irrational? It is a rational number. Okay, after that root 2, when you will find the square root of 2 using long division method, for finding the square root you will find that the square root of 2 will be 1.41 and it will be continued, means it will not repeat, it will neither repeat nor terminate, so this is an irrational number. So the value of root 2 is 1.41. In the same way the value of root 3 will be 1.73 something, so this is again an irrational number. But root 4, what can we write root 4? We can write root 4 as 2. Okay, and this number can be written in the form of p upon q, where p and q are integers and q is not equal to 0, so this root 4 is a rational number. So we cannot say that all the square roots are irrational numbers, so some of the square roots are rational numbers as well. In the same way root 5 is equal to 1.42 something, so this is again an irrational number. Now let me take one more example. Suppose root 40 is written and you have to find that whether it is a rational number or irrational number. So what I am going to do is I will just divide this 40 into its prime factors. Okay, I will express this 40 into its prime factors, so its prime factors will be this. Now these two will be paired up and they will come outside the root, so 2 multiplied 2 will come outside the root and 5 will remain inside, so the it is 80. Okay, so the value of root 80 is 4 root 5. Now this is an irrational number or rational number? This is an irrational number. Why? Because the product of any non-zero rational number and an irrational number is always an irrational number. It means कि कोई भी रैशनल नंबर का प्रोडक्ट मीन्स मल्टीप्लाई, 4 रूट 5 को आप क्या लिख सकते हो, 4 मल्टीप्लाई बाय रूट 5, तो ये तो हो गया आपका रैशनल नंबर, ये आपका हो गया इरैशनल नंबर. द सेम आई टोल्ड यू अर्लियर. सो दिस नंबर टुगेदर or combinedly it will be an irrational number. So 4 root 5 is an irrational number. Now our next topic is how to add or subtract these type of numbers. Suppose it is written 4 root 5 plus 2 root 5 and you have to add them. So what will you do? You will add the rational parts. 4 plus 2 will be 6 and irrational part will be the same. Okay, so it will be 6 root 5. if it is written 3 root 7 minus root 7, okay, so here we will consider 1, so it will be 3 minus 1 and root 7 will be common, so it will be 2 root 7. So in this way we add or subtract such type of numbers. Okay, now the last topic is how to multiply two binomials. Okay, how to multiply two binomials. Suppose it is written 2 plus root 5 and here it is written 3 plus root 5. Now how will you multiply them? This is binomial, this is binomial, and what are binomials? Binomials are the polynomials, or binomials are the expressions which are having two terms. Okay, so what we do in such cases, we take the first term of first bracket and we multiply this term by the second expression. Okay, now we will take the second term, means plus root 5, and we will multiply the second term with the second expression. Now one by one we will multiply them. This 2 will be multiplied with this 3 also and this root 5 also. So 2 3s are 6 and 2 root 5 means 2 root 5 multiplied, plus 3 multiplied by root 5 will be 3 root 5, and root 5 into root 5 will be 5. Always remember that root a is equal to root a is always a. Now 6 plus, they will get added like I told you in the same way, so it will be 5 root 5 and plus 5. These two are constant terms and they are like terms as well, so they will be added and they will form 11 plus 5 root 5. So the multiplication or the product of these two binomials is 11 plus 5 root 5. Now let's come to the actual question, that is how to rationalize the denominator. See here, you can see that denominator is 5 minus root 6. Here root 6 is an irrational number, and the difference between a non-zero rational number and an irrational number is always irrational. So this full expression is an irrational number. Okay, 5 minus root 6. Now what you have to do, you have to rationalize it. It means आपको जो irrational number दे रखा है आपको उसको rational बनाना है. किसको बनाना है? सिर्फ डिनोमिनेटर को. ठीक है, तो उसके लिए व्हाट यू हैव टू फॉलो, यू हैव टू फॉलो द सर्टेन स्टेप्स. यू हैव टू मल्टीप्लाई द न्यूमरेटर एंड द डिनोमिनेटर ऑफ द गिवन नंबर with the conjugate of the denominator, with the conjugate. There is a term conjugate. Now what is a conjugate? Conjugate is formed by changing the sign between the two terms in a binomial. Okay, so how is a conjugate formed? A conjugate is formed by changing the sign between the two terms in a binomial. Suppose I am having a binomial 2 plus root 3. So what will be its conjugate? I will just change this sign in between these two terms. Okay, so the conjugate of 2 plus root 3 will be 2 minus root 3. Okay, so now what I have told you, to rationalize the denominator, what you have to do, you have to multiply this whole number with a conjugate of the denominator. So what is the conjugate of this denominator? 5 plus root 6. Okay, so you will just multiply by 5 plus root 6 in the numerator and the denominator as well. Okay, after this you can see in the multiplication numerator is always multiplied with numerator. So this 5 plus root 6 and 5 plus root 6. So 5 plus root 6, 5 plus root 6. And here it will be 5 minus root 6 multiplied by 5 plus root 6. Here you have to recall some important identities, and what are they? See, this is a plus b and this is a plus b, so we can write it as a plus b whole square. See, when we see that two 2's are written, so what we do, we just put a square above 2. So in the same way 5 plus root 6 square will be there, and here 5 minus root 6 and 5 plus root. Let's recall that identity, a plus b, a minus b. What is this identity? It will become a square minus b square. We know that a square minus b square is always equal to a plus b and a minus b. So here a is what? A is 5 and b is root 6. So when we will apply this identity, your 5 square will come minus root 6 square will come. Okay, always mention the identity in the corner whenever you apply them. Okay, applying this identity you can write. Now this has become a plus b whole square, so you must know that a plus b whole square is what? A square plus b square plus 2ab, right? Here a is what? 5 and b is what? Root 6. Okay, so a square plus b square plus 2 into a into b, and what will it become? 5 square will be, how do we solve the squares? 5 square means 5 multiplied by 5, so it will be 25 minus root 6 multiplied by root 6. I have already told you that root a into root a is always a, so root 6 into root 6 is 6. Now 5 square will be 25, root 6 square, again root 6 multiplied by root 6, it will be 6 only, and plus 2 5s are 10, 10 root 6 upon 25 minus 6, it will be 19. Now here you can add only these two terms. Okay, so it will be 31 plus 10 root 6 upon 19. So here you can see your denominator has become a rational number, and in other words you can say your denominator has been rationalized. So this is our final answer. Okay, because we cannot solve it further. Now let me take another example. Let us say root 2 plus root 3 upon 3 root 2 minus 2 root 3. Okay, so here also you can see your denominator is an irrational number. So what you will do, you will just multiply the numerator and denominator by the conjugate of the denominator. So what will be the conjugate of denominator? You just change the sign, whatever sign is here, so minus will become plus and the terms will remain same. Okay, now this question is little different than the previous one. Root 2 plus root 3 will be multiplied with 3 root 2 plus 2 root 3, and in the denominator it will be 3 root 2 minus 2 root 3, 3 root 2 plus 2 root 3. Now here you in the numerator you can see both the binomials are different. Okay, so what we have to apply here, we have to apply the multiplication of binomials that I have already told you in the subtopics. So this first term will be multiplied with the second binomial, and then the second term will be multiplied with the second binomial. And here in the denominator again you can apply that identity. You can see this is a minus b and this is a plus b. So what you can write, a square minus b square. What is a here? A is 3 root 2, so 3 root 2 square minus 2 root 3 square. Okay, now multiply this 3 root 2 into root 2. 3 root 2 multiply by root 2. What will it become? See, root 2 into root 2 will become 2. So 3 2s are 6. So the product of these two will be 6 plus 2 into root 2 into root 3. Okay, now the situation is 2 into root 2 into root 3. Okay, so 2 1s are 2, and these two roots will be multiplied and they will become, they will make root 6. So it will be 2 root 6 plus 3 root 6 plus 2 root 3 into root 3. These root 3 into root 3 will make 3 and answer will be 6. Now 3 root 2 square, how we will find out? 3 root 2 square, 3 root 2 square means 3 root 2 multiplied by 3 root 2. So 3 3s are 9 and root 2 into root 2 is 2. So the answer will be 18. So 18 minus 2 root 3 square. So 2 root 3 multiplied by 2 root 3. So it will be 4 multiplied by 3 is equal to 12. Now here what you can add in the numerator, you can add these two 6, so it will become 12. And see, you can see the root part is same at both the places, so you can add them easily. 2 plus 3 will be 5 root 6 upon 18 minus 12 will be 6. So can you solve it further? No, you cannot solve it further. So this will be your final answer. As you can see, your denominator has been rationalized. Now the last question which I am covering here is to rationalize this 2 upon root 3. Now you must be thinking that why I am doing it at and. Just to make you clear the concept of conjugate. Okay, so to rationalize the denominator, what I am doing here, I am multiplying it by root 3 upon root 3. Okay, but in the last question I told you that we multiply numerator and denominator by the conjugate of the denominator of the given number. So here also we are doing the same thing. Okay, see, root 3 can be written as root 3 plus 0, and what will be its conjugate? Its conjugate will be root 3 minus 0. So, and when we add or subtract 0 from any number, so answer would be the same. So the conjugate of root 3 is root 3 only. Okay, simple. So this will be multiplied with this, so it will be 2 root 3, and root 3 into root 3, that I have already told you that root a into root a is what? Is always a. So root 3 into root 3 will be 3. Can you solve it further? Can you cut any number in the numerator and denominator, or can you reduce it to the lowest form? You have to check. See, here we can see that we cannot reduce it further, so this is our final answer. Now I hope you will not face any problem in rationalizing the denominators. Thank you.